Quiet, please. No need.
What's going down? It's your boy V Triple I. You're watching V's Dollar Theater, and we just got the latest episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The episode's titled The Power Broker. But before we get into the episode, I'm gonna give you a quick recap of last week's episode. So we were introduced to the new Captain America and Bucky. Battlestar, and they are the biggest fans of Bucky and Sam. The Flag Smashers, they're getting some ground, and they beat the brakes off of both teams. And so Bucky gets the bright idea to go use Zemo to help them beat the Flag Smashers. So today is going to be a very heavy Sam and Buck episode. So before I get to them, I'm going to just kind of run through what happened with the new Captain America and the Flag Smashers. We open this episode with a weird commercial for the Global Repatriation Council, then transition to Captain America and Battlestar going through Germany hunting for the Flag Smashers. They're led into a small business that Cap assumes to be a Flag Smashers hideout. The owner tells them nothing and is reaffirmed that not everyone in the world likes Captain America, especially poor people from other countries. Battlestar acts as a translator for Cap and the business owner. The owner tells them nothing and is reaffirmed that not everyone likes Captain America, especially people from other countries, especially the poor people. Battlestar acts as the translator for this whole interaction between Cap and the business owner. If the Flag Smashers were using the spot as a hideout, the business owner would not tell Cap, and Battlestar understands why. They provide resources and aid to the people throughout the world who aren't getting help from the GRC. So that help actually buys a little bit of loyalty. So if they are hiding out there, Captain America will never hear about it. But Cap ain't trying to hear none of that. And he's hungry for some new clout. Especially the I beat the Flag Smashers clout. And he starts freaking out. This new Captain America is a ticking time bomb. Kinda like America. The Flag Smashers are hiding in Lavia, and Carly watches as someone close to her dies. And the medicine they stole was supposed to keep that person alive, but unfortunately, didn't work out like that. As far as the Flag Smashers go, we find out that Carly is the name of the female Flag Smasher, so she turns out to actually be the leader, which is a great twist. We just saw Carly lose someone very close to her, and they did all that still, and they saw all that medicine just to help her out, and he still passed away. So now Carly's getting ready to do some terrorism stuff. And villainous. One of her goons shows up, and they have a quick convo about the past. The goon actually wanted to go to the military, and Carly wanted to be a teacher. But because of Thanos' God complex, they're all terrorists now. And according to Carly, after they do some charity and a little bit of terrorism, they're going to make some more little Flag Smashers. How, well, you may ask? By giving the super soldier serum to some little kids. Alright guys, now we're back to the boys. Turns out Zemo is locked up in Germany, so Bucky and Sam go to jail to meet him. Bucky insinuates on talking to Zemo alone. Zemo and Bucky meet for the first time since Civil War, and Zemo apologizes. He's really on some Hannibal Lecter, Machiavelli type stuff, and he asks Bucky to get him out of jail. And if Bucky does that, he'll help him find out who's making the serum. And Bucky does just that. Hell Hydra. Sam's freaking out, but Bucky hits him with this: if you trust Steve, trust me. And assures Sam that Zemo will help them find the source of the serum. Zemo has a dog in this fight. As a purebred Hydra member, he doesn't like the idea of super soldiers and wants to help stop the spread of them. So he joins forces with Bucky and Sam. Oh yeah, Zemo is rich as heck. So they take his private jet to their next location. While riding on the jet, Zemo finds Bucky's list from the first episode and tries to get cute and make a couple of jokes. Bucky doesn't play that and takes the list and tells Zemo that he will throw him out of that plane if he ever says that list again. It's insane. Zemo is playing with a mass murderer who already doesn't like him. Got some nuts on him, man. They land in Madripoor, and Sam and Bucky have to go into disguise. And they're not really from there, so Sam and Bucky have to go into disguise. Sam dresses as a pimp named Smiling Tiger, and Bucky gets into his OG Winter Soldier getup. Little fun fact, Sam dresses as a pimp, and that's a callback to his original origin as the Falcon. It's crazy how the MCU continues to just throw little Easter eggs in there. Sick. They go to a bar and ask for a person named Shelby, a rep for the Power Broker. But some goons ask Zemo to leave. but our team refuses. The goons aren't having it, so Bucky goes full Winter Soldier and throws them around until Shelby calls him over to her lair. Once in Shelby's presence, Zemo has an offer for her. Tell the boys everything she knows about the Super Serum, and the Power Broker can have the Winter Soldier. We also find out that the serum is in the area, and Dr. Wilford Nagel has it. As Shelby is talking, Sam's phone goes off. How are you in a place where people wash their money and probably have mad drugs and guns in there, and you have your phone on? You ain't a pimp, you's a fairy. Shelby tells Sam to answer the phone, and it's his sister trying to talk about their fallout after the bank meeting. They almost made it. They almost got away with it. But Sam's sister says his real name. Shelby instantly figures out that it's a trick, and her goons start shooting. Before the battle commences, someone pops Shelby, giving our trio room to escape. As they're leaving the bar, they're cornered by some Madripoor goons after a bounty is placed on them via Twitter. But they're saved from the goons by Cap's old dip, Sharon. After a little bit of banter, we learn that Sharon is still on the run from the US. But she is up, son! She's even got her own penthouse, and that's where they go to hide out at. Sharon is now a super boss chick, and guess what? She made all her money from being a gangster, not an e-girl on OnlyFans. Sharon makes fun of Bucky and Sam for still trying to be heroes because it's all nonsense. The government's a lie, and they just want to do whatever they want to people and steal all the resources. And you know who she uses as her example? The new Captain America. But our trio needs her help, so Sam cuts a deal. Help us find out who's making the serum, and we'll get your name cleared. Her name is still dirty from the Civil War fiasco, and she agrees. But after they have a magic party, and the party works out, Sharon gets some new leads, which brings them to a shipyard. They enter a crate on the shipyard, but it's really a laboratory for Dr. Nagel. As the boys start interrogating Nagel, Sharon calls them and tells them that some ops are heading their way. But Sharon holds them off while Nagel gives them some info. Hydra originally hired Nagel to create the serum, but after the fall of Hydra, Nagel started working for the CIA. Lo and behold, he figures out the Super Serum code. But just as he was about to get that sweet, sweet clout, he gets caught in the blimp. Post-blimp, the Doc got lucky. The Power Broker found him and placed him there. He made 20 vials of the Super Soldier Serum, and they were stolen by the Flag Smashers, which explains their superpowers. After killing all the ops in the shipyard, Sharon goes to the lab and gathers up the team, and Zemo takes this opportunity to kill the good doctor. Everyone starts freaking out. As the trio are arguing about what Zemo just did, one of the ops that Sharon did not kill shoots a bazooka into the lab. Our trio, Bucky, Sam, and Sharon, survive the explosion, and Zemo, he runs off. And now our trio has to shoot their way out of the shipyard. When things start to look a little dicey, Zemo pops out and starts murking all the other shooters, and even finds a car in the shipyard, and our heroes escape, minus Sharon, who stays behind. Back with Captain America and Battlestar, they're investigating Zemo's prison break. Cap quickly puts together that Sam and Buck let Zemo out for a lead. So for the moment, the two are going to keep this info close and keep investigating. Back on Zemo's plane, Sam calls Torres to get an update on the Flag Smashers, and he also finds out where they're at right now. Buck and Sam start having a convo about everything that has been done in the name of Captain America. Bucky thinks that he's actually won Sam over into wanting to steal the shield, but in reality, Sam wants to destroy the shield and end the legacy of Captain America so that no one else can use it for their own means, and Buck ain't having none of that. But here's the thing, these idiots have this combo right in front of Zemo, the same guy who started the Civil War and made Tony and Steve not talk to each other for 2 years. Anywho, Torres tells Sam to go to Lithuania. They land and head towards the last location that the Flag Smashers were seen. Bucky breaks off from the group for a second to go pee, and who does he run into? Torres tells Sam to go to Lithuania. Torres tells Sam to go to Lithuania. They land and head towards the last location where the Flag Smashers were last seen. Bucky breaks off from the group for a second, and he runs into someone from Wakanda, specifically a member of the Dora Milaje, who's looking for Zemo. And our episode comes to an end. So, I'll give you a couple of my thoughts. First things first, R.I.P. to King Bozeman. Imagine if it was T'Challa waiting for Bucky, or even Shuri. but she just couldn't keep those tweets to herself. Anyways, the King Bozeman, always in our hearts. So let me get a little bit into the Shield, man. I have like a little bit of a more, I ain't gonna say complex, but I just think this is something that kind of gets missed with Cap and Wilson. I think Cap gave Sam the Shield because of the racism he saw back when he went back in time. He pretty much died after World War II. And that's around the same time when black soldiers specifically, were starting to get integrated into the military. And they began to get some of the rights that white soldiers got. Notice, I said some of the rights. So when he woke up in our timeline, he probably thought that racism was over. But he probably figured out that it wasn't when him and Sam were on the run. Because you gotta think about it. They got a lot of time to spend together. And he probably seen some stuff that probably made him sick to his stomach. Especially how people may treat Sam. And Sam, he's a black man, so he's kind of like knows how to deal with it. But Captain America, maybe not so much. So I think when he went back in time as an old man, he gave Sam that shield because he thought maybe, just maybe, a black man as Captain America could help America a little bit with their racial problem. As far as Zemo, he's literally dividing Sam and Bucky like he did Steve and Tony in the Civil War. Remember, at the beginning of this video, I said that he was on his Machiavelli shit. I bet those goons Sarah killed were actually Zemo's. He probably killed the doctor so that he would be the only one with access to the serum after he gets rid of Sam and Bucky. I bet he plans to give the serum to the new Captain America and take over the world. That would put us into Secret Empire territory, and I cannot wait. But if that was to happen, either Isaiah, Sharon, War Machine, or Fury will stop him, and then Zemo will be back in that penitentiary. Another thought, Sam and Buck make a really, really good team. I really hope that they are the new leaders of the Avengers. Or Sam becomes the leader and Bucky does the dirty work, the real dirty work, kind of like Naruto and Sasuke. As for Sharon, I think she's already pardoned. And I think she's a super deep undercover agent for S.H.I.E.L.D. She's probably undercover right now, acting like a gangster to guide S.H.I.E.L.D. to the new ops post the blimp. The new drugs, the new guns, all that stuff. S.H.I.E.L.D. probably can't really get a grasp on it. So they just send Sharon in there. She has this reputation of being a former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent that went rogue, and she gets all the intel and gives it back to Fury. That would be sick. But I have another thought. What if Sharon's going to be our next Black Widow? Think about it. She's hot, a little thick, and she was beating the brakes off those goons. Then again, she could just be the power broker. I don't know. But yeah, man, we're halfway through the series, my guys. My dollars, we're at the halfway mark. So yeah, man, this is another review. If you rock with me like I rock with you, please like, subscribe, and comment. Because I rock with you, so please rock with me. And tell a friend, and hit that link in the description. And shout out to Ryan Graphics on IG. He made my new logo. His IG handle is RYAN_GRAPHICS_. He's on IG. Cool guy, and he made my logo and it's real cheap. So yeah, holla at him if you're trying to get into something like this. But anywho, thank you so much for your support during these trying times. Y'all be safe over Easter, and I'll holla at y'all next week. Deuces.